And now this, squad member Cori Bush defending her defund the police position, even if it hurts Democrats in the midterms. Roll that tape.
You're one of the few Democrats now who still says, let's defund the police. Are you worried at all that that could hurt some of your colleagues going into the midterm elections?
See, the thing about defund the police is we have to tell the entire narrative. People hear defund the police, but you know what they'll say? Say reallocate, say divest, say move. But it's still the same thing. We can't get caught up on the words. People spend more time focusing on the word defund than they spend on caring and addressing the problem of police violence in this country.
Jason Rantz is our guy on this particular subject, and Jason's with us now. Jason, I cannot believe that the defund the police message still flies for Democrats.
Well, it doesn't. It's the reason why Cori Bush is one of the few who's still actually using that language. You'll hear other Democrats try to get away from it, and they still believe it. They just don't want to actually talk about it. And I actually agree with Cori Bush. I mean, we don't have to get caught up on the actual words. We can get caught up on the actual results of this movement, which is Chicago's murder rate is 5 times higher than New York City. New York City's crime is up 30% year over year. You've got over 1,000 murders in Philadelphia over the course of the last 20 months. You've got Portland and Seattle on pace to hit homicide records they just shattered within the last couple years. And of course, you've got L.A. reaching the highest homicide rate in 15 years. So I think we should be caught up on something tied to defund. The results, just not the word.
But Cori Bush will be re-elected, I presume. Next case.
She will.
3 judges overturned a conviction against an accused drug dealer because prosecutors used the term Mexican ounce. Got to explain this one for me.
Yeah, this one is kind of crazy. A jury heard the case and they found this guy guilty of intent to sell. And then all of a sudden it goes to appeal and the judges say, well, whoa, you guys said Mexican ounce when talking about the amount of heroin that was allegedly being sold. Now, Mexican ounce is the street name that is used, the street term, because it's not actually a full ounce of heroin that is being sold on the streets. And they say, because you said that, effectively you're saying that all Mexicans have to be seen as drug dealers. And in this case, the alleged drug dealer happened to be what they say Latinx, which I don't know what that means, and I'm not even entirely sure if he's Mexican. But we know that he is Latino. And so they're saying you have in front of the jury intentionally or unintentionally put this kind of racial bias in their minds, and that unfortunately framed their potential ruling. There was no objection to the use of the term during the trial. This is an example of just woke judges going nuts and dismantling our criminal justice system. You know, when Cori Bush talks about defunding, it's not just about defunding, it's about changing the criminal justice system and the courts, and this, I think, is a really good example of that.
I'm glad you brought it to our attention, because it's a very good example. Jason Rantz, thank you, sir. I know we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Stuart.
Mark Tepper's with me, and by the way,